Now look, when I first saw this trailer last night, I was high as a kite, man. I was high as one of the New Jersey drones. I was kind of brain foggy. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I was just like, it just didn't have much to say for itself that made me go, oh my God, that's amazing. That's fantastic, right? It was just like, yes. But in the light of day with less foggy brain, I have to say I really, really like Naughty Dog's new trailer. There's not really any gameplay shown. It's more of a teaser about the IP. I do think it gets to the party very late. If you look at something like Concord, Guardians of the Galaxy, you can't really fault it for that. I mean, it is what it is, and these guys take a lot of time to make their games, and I'm sure that will more than make up for the fact that they're the third game doing this kind of retro future 80s, 70s sci-fi art style thing. But it's pretty cool, I think. I think they're going to nail it. They already look like the synth at the beginning of this, the music, other than the Pet Shop Boys, which I like, but the actual original music in this, the synth is super fucking on brand. I love this where we're watching this anime. They've already said it's inspired by like Cowboy Bebop and stuff. To see that, my gut tells me that that's almost like a little hint there. It's like, this is kind of the game we're getting. I don't know if the character has guns. I'm sure they do. But they also obviously have melee weapons, and it's kind of cool to see sort of I think we're going to end up seeing that trailer, or the trailer within the trailer right here, the anime, be somewhat reflective of the game we're actually going to get to play. It's almost like, here's gameplay, you just don't know it yet. But that may just be me reading into it. I like the real attention to detail on the fact that this is clearly, I'd say this is clearly in the 80s style, but it is weird because at the beginning you've got this quote that says ancient Cimmerian scripture 1986. So if that's ancient, then something must have occurred, I assume, to make it that we advanced in some technology from the 80s, because that was a long time ago, but clearly not so far that we're not still using CRT monitors, and you can see the disk drive there. Unless this character's like the kid in Ready Player One, and she's just like really into the 80s. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it's written and it makes sense, but it is a little weird. But I liked all the nods to the 80s tech, even though I don't quite understand why they're there. People have made some stuff about, we don't like the character. She's bald. She's woke. I think she's cool. I like her. I like she's not the traditional beauty in terms of her hair, which is true. I mean, it's not like it's back in the day when we saw this lady and the whole world was like, what do you mean, a woman without hair? Now it's like, okay, it's a choice, it's fine. It wouldn't have been my choice, but I like my ladies with hair. But she's cool. She's a very attractive woman. But are her boobs huge? No. Does she have hair? No, but she's cool and she's feisty and I like her. I like her relationship with this lady here, her agent. The performances, just like you would expect from Naughty Dog, seem great. And I have heard them say in the press that they're looking to introduce a lot more freedom in this game than we've really seen in a Naughty Dog game before. And I don't know if that means they're going to go full on Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, or even FromSoft, or something that's more emergent like that. But it will be interesting, I think, to see this level of storytelling, if it is overlapping a much more freeform game. I don't know. We haven't really seen a lot of that. You see a little bit of it in the new Indiana Jones, where the gameplay is more sandboxy, the gameplay is more immersive sim. But then you've got this real high narrative sitting on top of it. Great production, things like that. Great narrative, linear path if you want to follow it. So we'll see. Some people were asking on the stream last night, it's like, what about Concord? And look, and some people were saying, what about Cory Barlog's game? Because the rumor was he was doing a space game, and that hasn't, I don't know if that's true or not, but this wouldn't be the first time Sony greenlights, Days Gone and The Last of Us, or Jack, Ratchet, and Sly Cooper all came out the same Christmas season, right? They just kind of do this. It's weird. But, you're Neil Druckmann, you're Naughty Dog. I guess you can kind of tump over the table and say, we want to do this. We don't care that we have another game like Concord or whatever in development. It is a little weird, though, that this Guardians of the Galaxy thing is, people aren't going, guys, that's Guardians of the Galaxy. And again, I'm sure this will be its own thing. I'm not like going, what, it's a ripoff. Certainly nowhere near the ripoff that Concord was. I think this is going to be darker than Guardians, but there is kind of I guess it's kind of the pop music, the retro sci-fi stuff. There's a Guardians influence here, which isn't bad, but it's a little weird. It's a little been there, done that. But I don't know. The second time I watched this, I'm more hyped for it. I think as a straight up trailer, the only thing when I first saw it, it had going for it was the Naughty Dog name and the Druckmann name, which is no small thing, but you'd think they would kind of give you some more interesting kind of conceptual twists. But this does seem to be an execution piece. It seems to be like, not to compare the work I did with this work in any way, shape, or form, other than to say when I pitched the original God of War to Shu, and he looked at it and said, there's nothing innovative about it. And I said, yeah, I know, but it's not about that. It's about executing the hell out of it and delivering this fantasy. I could see that from what they're showing us. Now, maybe it's going to be innovation out the butt, but what they're showing us, I think your first blush with the trailer is like, but afterwards you look at it and go, okay, this could be really cool, actually. This is, it seems like it's probably an execution piece, and why the hell not? They execute better than almost anyone else when it comes to certain aspects of video games, and it's space, it's melee, probably projectile weapon, big budget, new IP. I don't know. I woke up and watched it the second time. I'm feeling much more interested in this game. I really, really like this trailer. I'm really, really looking forward to learning more about Intergalactic.